Good morning, teachers, principals, and staff for Central Office. Are you excited? Boys and girls, my name is Dr. Priscilla Canales. Hello. I am your proud and very honored superintendent. Okay. And I am very excited about today. When I was sharing what's happening today in Weslaco ISD with all of you, when I was sharing that with people that I know from across the state, they said, wow, how did Weslaco ISD make that happen? How? How come we're not doing it here in San Antonio? How come we're not doing that in Austin? How come we're not doing that in Dallas, in Benavides, in San Diego, in Freer? Why? Why only Weslaco? And I said, okay, but let me tell you what I said. I said because in Weslaco, our great teachers, our principals, and our people from departments, like the ones responsible for today, make great things happen working together for boys and girls across Weslaco. So right now, join me. Let's thank your teachers, your principals, Miss Alanis, Mr. Mata, Mr. Omdel, Miss Peterson, everybody, thank you. One last thing, and then I'm going to hand the mic over. One last thing. All of us, all teachers, parents, board members, everybody that's here and everybody who's not here, we're so proud of you. We know that you're making history. We know that you're going to ask great questions. And we know that you're going to remember this experience for the rest of your lives. I have one little request from all of you students, from all of you. When you get back to school today, I want you to get your journals from your classrooms and write about what happened today. Put the date, put your name, the grade that you're in, the campus that you attend, who your teacher is, who your principal is, and write about it. And I want you to keep that. Keep what you wrote, because one year you're going to be a grown-up, and you're going to be making great things happen for kids in Weslaco. And you're going to be a parent, and perhaps a grandparent, or an aunt, or an uncle. And you're going to want to pull that out and say, hey, one day, on February 9th, 2017, let me let you know what your dad did or your mom did. Or you as an aunt or an uncle, and you're going to read that to somebody, and you're going to remember it. So enjoy the experience. We are proud of every single one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Canales. Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Elizabeth Alanis, and I'm the Director for Staff Development here in Weslaco ISD. And I'm going to give you some background on how all this happened. So for the past 2 years, Weslaco ISD and NASA have partnered with the intent of developing curriculum and supporting classroom teachers. The seeds that we planted in 2015 have matured and bloomed in several different ways. In fact, one of our middle school teachers was recruited and now works at NASA as a learning expert. Pretty cool, right? Teachers in grades kindergarten through 12 have had contact with some of NASA's top experts in the field. Students in those same grades have received science and math instruction influenced by the sharpest minds in the world. One of the seeds that we sowed has grown into today's event. We teach our students to shoot for the stars, and today we get to speak with somebody who's living among the stars. Through the opportunity of working with NASA, Weslaco ISD was able to apply for the experience of having an International Space Station downlink. This morning, about 20 of our students seated right over there will have the opportunity to ask astronaut Peggy Whitson some questions. Students in grades 3 through 5 across the district were able to create questions that cannot be Googled, and those that were submitted, only the top 20 were selected. Today is a landmark event for all of Weslaco ISD, and each of you are making it possible by participating here today. I would like to introduce Mr. Paul Mata. He's our district science strategist, and he's the sole individual responsible for the science curriculum. He's the sole individual that's responsible for our science curriculum in the district and a key component in today's event. Mr. Paul Mata.
Thank you, Ms. Alanis. Can everybody hear me? Good morning, and I hope we have all of our schools here. Where is Kleckler-Held Elementary? Nice. Where is Margot Elementary? Where is Airport? Ibarra? 1, 2, 3. Gonzalez? Not playing favorites, just checking out the crowd. Gonzalez, Airport, Margot. How about some Roosevelt? Memorial? How about down here? Oh, I'm not leaving out Sam Houston, am I? Where's our Sam Houston? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's that? Northbridge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where? Silva Elementary, where are you at? And I'm certainly not forgetting over here our other students from a little place known as Rico. I was aiming the wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have our 11 elementaries. I didn't leave somebody out, did I? And we have here also, special from our high school here, from Weslaco East High School. Where are my Weslaco East students? A little bit down here. Young ladies and gentlemen from our elementary schools, we have Weslaco East High School's Astronomy Club here with you. We invited you here today to participate in this kind of once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. In fact, it's only going to be once in a year, at least for here. Right now, orbiting above our heads. That's right, orbiting. What's orbiting mean? The teachers have done a good job. Right now, orbiting above our heads is the International Space Station, the ISS. In about 20 minutes, 19 minutes exactly, they're going to be orbiting over Weslaco, Texas. And for 20 minutes, we're going to have a direct line of communication between them and us. Thank you all schools, teachers, and principals for getting questions in from our students. We've got down here our 20 selected questions. Y'all submitted over 500 questions. It was a while to narrow this down. Like Miss Alanis said, we tried to get ones that could not be easily Googled. So if you didn't have a question that was submitted, maybe try finding for the answer. Something I would like to welcome as a task for all of you. Now, our superintendent, Dr. Canales, asked you to go in and write a journal entry remembering this day for posterity. You can look on forever. Something that I'm going to ask you to do so that we can leave a mark on somebody who's helping us out today. So I'm going to ask you to do this. Could you make a thank you note, maybe a thank you letter, to astronaut Peggy Whitson? What we will do is we will go to your campus and collect next week all of your thank you letters. And although Miss Whitson is in space right now, when she comes back to planet Earth, that's a fun thing to say, when she comes back to this planet, NASA will hand deliver all of your thank you notes and letters to her at her debriefing. So if I could ask that favor of you, go back to your campus, write a thank you note. Nice. I see some really big thank you notes up there. One more thing, and this is on a more personal note. This is 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. Yeah? How many of you am I going to see at Science Fair in 2 weeks? Nice. I want to see you there. We'll have our judges here. We'll have pizza for you at lunch, and then we'll see who our winners are there from Elementary Science Fair in 2 weeks. Now, before I leave off on our next segment, I want to read you a little something I hold dear. This is both for you and your teachers. I have a poem here from Mr. Khalil Gibran, one of my favorites. This is on us, on you, on our students, on our children. That you all are our children, but yet not our children, for you actually come through us, not from us. You are actually belong to the future. See, we can give you all of our love, but we can't give you all of our thoughts because you have your own thoughts. We can take care of your bodies, we can teach you, but not your souls. For your souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. The future belongs to you. Us, adults, we, the teachers, the staff, your parents, we're like bows. We're like bows from which you, as our children, are living arrows springing forth, that the archer can see where we're going to mark, we're going to see where we want to send you, and we bend ourselves with all our might. We put all our efforts into raising you as best we can so that you can fly swift and true into the future. And this is why we have events like this. This is why we give you the best curriculum, the best lessons. We hire the best staff so that you can get the best experience and that you can fly true into your future. As Ernie Hudson once said, we have the tools, we have the talent. This is how we make it a good future. Thank you.
We've got about 2 more minutes and then NASA's going to start showing some videos.
So then before we log directly into NASA, where they're going to share a few videos with us, some information, just want to go over some house rules. We will be having our students come up to the stage, ask their questions kind of quickly. We will try to get through everybody, but in case there's not enough time, we do have only that 20-minute window. We cannot change the laws of physics and space. Our students will be coming up directly here. They'll be speaking directly into this microphone at a nice pace. They'll have their mouth really close to the mic. You can hear how it gets louder, right? We have a webcam here that's going to directly transmit your images to the International Space Station. This will be recorded for posterity. You may show up in a NASA commercial for excellent students, because you are. So, we expect great behavior from you, and when they're asking their questions, if you could keep the excitement to a level so that we can hear the questions and answers from Miss Peggy Whitson.
Weslaco Independent School District, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Paul Mata here with the students. How do you hear me?
I have you loud and clear.
Well, good morning. and we're ready with our students. Coming up first is Dainara Torres.
My question for you is, why did you choose to be an astronaut?
Speaking to this one.
Why did I choose to be an astronaut? Well, I was probably about your age. I think you were in the 3rd grade. I think I was in the 4th grade, and I watched the first guys walk on the moon, and I thought, wow, cool job. Later in life, when I graduated from high school, they picked the first female astronauts. And I still was dreaming of being an astronaut then, so that's what I decided to try and do.
Speaking to this one. Get really close.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Damien Garza, and my question for you is, what does your family think about what you do?
Well, I hope they're proud of me. I'm not sure, but I think they like what I do and are interested in what I do. My parents are farmers, and so I grew up in a farm community. It's very different from anything I've chosen to do in my life since I graduated from high school and college. But that's been okay, and I know they're proud of me.
My name is Ruben Reza. And my question for you is, what kind of challenges have you faced as a female astronaut?
Oh, that's a good question. And, you know, I think everyone faces different challenges in whatever it is that they pursue. I think the things that have made me most successful have been just my work ethic. I work really, really hard, and I try to always do my very, very best. And I think that shows, and people recognize that, and has always made me succeed, even though in many cases I was the only woman in the room during meetings and in my initial phases at NASA. So I think working hard can overcome a lot of those obstacles that you might face. Proving that you can do the job is the most important thing.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Daniel Gonzalez, and my question for you is, have you seen any strange objects in space?
Actually, I haven't really seen anything unusual, but the perspective that we have from up here is such that even things that you might have seen on Earth, like, for instance, a meteor coming in, you know, we see a shooting star from Earth. Seeing that from this perspective means that it's below you, and so had to get past you and miss you to go into the atmosphere. So that's an interesting perspective to see things from here at 250 miles above the Earth.
Sure. Peggy, this is Kaide Aguilar. Her question is, have you ever experienced any problems on the ISS?
Actually, we have had occasional problems on the ISS. Part of our job as astronauts is to fix them when they arise. For instance, the day after we arrived on orbit here, we had a big problem with the toilet. Our toilet is actually a very sophisticated system that actually takes the urine and it processes the water. And then it actually makes it clean enough that we use it as drinking water. But in any case, that part of our toilet system was broken, and we had to spend an entire day trying to get that fixed. We had a backup toilet on board, but we always want to have two available just in case.
Okay, ready?
Hi, Peggy. My name is David Aviles, and my question for you is, what's been your experience with micrometeorites or space debris while aboard the ISS?
Actually, that's a really good question. We have to worry a lot about space debris. We have a group of people on the ground that actually monitor and track space debris that's very large, which is great for us because anytime it gets relatively close to the station, We can do either a reboost to increase our altitude to avoid it, or we can actually deboost and slow ourselves down and decrease our altitude a little bit, just to make sure that we would miss any large debris. So it is a very important problem and concern that we have, and we do track it.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Matthew Leha. My question for you is, when doing your spacewalk on the ISS, do you feel the effects of traveling at 17,500 miles per hour?
Actually, it really is kind of hard to have a real sense of traveling at 17,500 miles an hour. It's hard to imagine yourself going that fast. And I think about it in terms of the fact that every 90 minutes we're going around the Earth. And every 45 minutes we see either a sunrise or a sunset. And that gives you more of a sense of speed than actually just looking out the window. That is, unless you're trying to take a picture of a particular spot on the ground, because then it goes by pretty fast. You have to be tracking your target very quickly in order to capture it in the camera.
Hi, my name is Joel Ramos. Hi, Peggy. My name is Joel Ramos, and my question is for you: is when you are in space, can you eat hot foods, or is everything in a packet?
Actually, that's a really great question. We do have a lot of food in packets, much like this. These packets are like metal foil, and we actually can warm them up in an oven and eat them out of that. So like I have a chicken fajita and a soup here that are actually quite good and taste pretty much like the stuff we have on the ground. A lot of our food, though, because we want to save mass and volume, is dehydrated, which means we take all the water out of it. And then here we have a machine that we just add the water back into, and we have a little food warmer to heat it up if it's something we want to eat hot. We also have things like that you might recognize here. We just have some like candy-coated almonds here, and it's actually pretty fun to play with our food in space because it's a little different than on Earth. Things float around, so. And if you think about it, being in zero gravity, we also have to worry about how we drink things, because we can't obviously drink fluids out of a glass, because fluids wouldn't stay in a glass. So we drink them out of pouches. And our pouches have special little straws on them that actually close up so that when we're not drinking, the liquid doesn't come out. But I'm going to show you what happens when the liquid does come out. It forms a little ball, and so it's really interesting, just the behavior of liquids in zero gravity. You can see that it just stays on the end there. It's stuck to the end of the straw and forms a little ball. It's pretty cool.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Derek Rivera, and my question for you is, what is your favorite experiment that you have conducted in microgravity?
Actually, one of the things I really love about being in microgravity is, and working in this laboratory here, is the fact that we get to work on such a wide variety of different experiments. For me, that's a lot of fun. But I like to grow things on Earth. I like to flowers and plants, and so for me, growing some cabbage on this flight, and on my another flight, I grew soybeans, which is one of the crops that my dad grows. So that was very interesting to me. But I also like doing the experiments on the humans, because that's what helps us understand what we need to do to make it safe for us to go on long-duration exploration missions to the moon and Mars and, all these other places that you folks will be going to in the future. And so it's really important that we do that research on the human body, understanding bone and muscle development, as well as, changes in our vision, and other changes in the body. So it's really fun to do those experiments as well.
This one.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Lorena Cedra, and my question for you is, does your body feel tired as it does on Earth after a long day?
Well, I do think you get tired, especially like if we do spacewalks. Your body gets really physically tired because it's very physically challenging inside the spacesuit. But I think in general up here I sleep so well that I don't typically feel very tired. So I'm very pleased about that.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Joshua Alanis, and my question for you is, what has been your most frightening experience while in space?
Well, we train for a lot of things to go wrong in space, and so I think that training tends to make you less frightened about things, but probably the most, what I would call sporty thing that happened is my last descent in the Soyuz spacecraft. One of the separation bolts didn't work, and so we had to do what's called a ballistic reentry, which causes up to 8 times the force of gravity on your body, so it feels like 8 dudes are sitting on your chest, so it makes it hard to breathe. And that was probably the most off-nominal, we call it off-nominal situation I've ever experienced.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Sophia Pacina, and my question for you is, do you think there might be life on another Earth-like planet in another galaxy?
Well, I know you probably already know that NASA has and many other agencies are working together and looking for other planets that are Earth-like. And we found literally last year, I believe, over 1,000 planets that they consider Earth-like. And so I think that, yes, the chances are, the odds are that, yes, there is other life out there. It might not look it or be exactly like the life as we know it with plants on our Earth, or, you know, people won't necessarily be people or look quite the same. But, yes, I think there will be other life out there because there just are so many planets out there.
Happy birthday.
Hi,
Thank
Peggy.
you so much.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Matilda Olivares, and my question for you is, how well do you get along with the other astronauts?
Actually, that's a really, really important question because obviously we're living up here, the 6 of us, and getting along is very important. But we also actually have to get along well with our ground teams, and we have ground control teams in Houston and in Huntsville, Alabama, in Tsukuba, in Japan, in Moscow, and in Munich. And so being able to interact well with people is a very important skill. Being able to communicate effectively with people and tell them, you know, where the problems are and how to work around them is very important, and a very important skill in life as well as for being an astronaut. So it's very important. And I happen to be extremely lucky with the group of guys that I'm up here with. They are incredibly fun, incredibly competent, and we really have a good time genuinely in our work here.
All right.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Anaya Esteo, and my question to you is, what advice can you give us if we want to become an astronaut?
Well, if you want to become an astronaut, I think probably the most important thing is to pick any field in science, math, or engineering, aviation, aerospace engineering. I'm a biochemist. We have physicists. We have all different kinds of scientists, all different kinds of engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, aeronautical engineers. And we have aviation pilots and test pilots. So there are lots of different fields, but I think probably the most important piece of advice is that you need to pick something that you really love, because you really want to be good at it in order to stand out and be selected as an astronaut. So pursue something that you really, really love in any field of math, science, or engineering.
Real quick.
Hi, Peggy. My name is Jubilee Garces, and my question for you is, Do you see yourself being an astronaut for the rest of your life?
Well, I really haven't ever wanted to do anything else, so I imagine I will always work in the space industry. I really enjoy NASA, what NASA stands for, exploration and space flight. So, yeah, I think I will.
Okay, Peggy. Thank you here from West. From all of us in here at Weslaco, we're going to say happy birthday.
Thank you guys so much. You had fantastic questions. I'm sorry I couldn't hear them all very well, but you had really great questions. And just remember, it's always important to pursue your dreams and dream really big.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event.
And thank you to all the participants and guests from Weslaco Independent School District. Station, we're now resuming normal operational comm.
So guys, two things that we're going to see from you today, right? Right? One is going to be you're going to write in your... Keep that forever. And two, we're going to make Peggy a nice... Cool.
Station Houston on 2 for Toma.
Teachers and staff, if you can get your students...